Well, let me just first thank everyone for taking your lunchtime here to be with us and to hear about our project. I'd just like to go through a few of our slides here and tell you a little bit about our project. And then beyond that, I'd just like to hear what your questions would be about the project. And we're certainly hoping that you'd be willing to work with us, and we'll tell you more about that shortly. So our project involves the HPV vaccines, the human papillomavirus vaccines, and an effort here to improve the uptake of those vaccines in New Mexico. I'm working with a number of people on this project. I'm the project leader, but Cosette Wheeler, who is a virologist and microbiologist at the Health Sciences Center Department of Pathology, is the overall center director. This is a project settled in her center. Randall Starling is a co-investigator and a colleague of mine. David Buller is a co-investigator, and he works with a multimedia health communications firm in Golden, Colorado. They're the ones that have developed the website that we're going to talk about. And then Jessica Nodelman is a research scientist working with me, and then Jerome Romero is our project coordinator and recruiter. So that's our staff. And I may be preaching to the choir here. We see that Melissa's just joined us. But I just wanted to go over a little bit of the data about why HPV vaccination is important. And so we can just start with a few of these statistics. 79 million Americans are currently infected with HPV. About 14 million people a year become infected. And it's so common that the estimates are that nearly half of all sexually active men and women will get at least one type of HPV, one strain of the virus at some point in their lives. So this is an STI, a sexually transmitted infection. And it is the most common STI that we know of. So it's also the cause of cervical cancer and genital warts. So this is where this becomes very important. It's not just any old virus. We now know it's a carcinogenic virus, and it's one that fortunately we now have a vaccine for. About 10,000 women a year get cervical cancer in the U.S. 360,000 people get genital warts yearly in the U.S. And each year in the U.S., HPV is thought to cause an estimated, and here's just a whole series of things, cancers of all types, vulvar cancers, vaginal and penile cancers, anal cancers, head and neck cancers, or pharyngeal cancers. I know you wanted me to say that word, so I tried. in both men and women, and I have to say, since we've been working on this project for about 4 years, there's been increasing evidence to show that HPV plays a role in a number of cancers, which we didn't really know about at the start of our project. So we're finding out more about this virus as we go, but we now know that it's a pretty dastardly piece of business, and we want to see if we can do something about it. We think that about 21,000 of these cancers are potentially preventable by the vaccines. So really, this is a cancer prevention vaccine. That's the best way to think about it. So it's a vaccine that's recommended now for both boys and girls. Our project at the moment is only focused on girls, and if you have questions about that, I'd be glad to talk about that. But let's just take a look at what the uptake looks like, and it's not very good. So this is a slide that shows both the national uptake and the New Mexico uptake. For one dose, we're a little bit ahead of the national curve, but you know, somewhere between 55 to 58% is not a great uptake for vaccines. And for all 3 doses, and at the moment, it's still recommended that whoever gets the vaccine, young women, should get all 3 doses. We have a 3-dose completion rate of 29%. And that last figure there, HP 3-dose completion, that's 54.8%. That's half of the 58% to start out with. So if you think about it that way, then barely 30% of the available and eligible young women in this country, ages 13 to 17, and in New Mexico, barely a third of them in New Mexico, and a little bit better than that in the U.S. overall, are completing all 3 doses. For males, the data is just almost non-existent at the moment. The recommendation for males is a fairly new one. It's barely a year old. We will be coming back to boys later on our project, but for now, we're focusing on girls in this particular project. That's the name for our website, GoHealthyGirls. So we're really trying to ask the question about what can we do? What is to be done to address the lack of HPV vaccine uptake among adolescents? It's really a question not only for adolescents, but more primarily for their parents. We have developed Go Healthy Girls, a website designed to better inform parents and their daughters about HPV vaccination. And really, the more we've worked on this website, the more we've understood that many parents are either uninformed or underinformed or misinformed about this vaccine. There has been, I'm sorry to say, a lot of misinformation about this vaccine. We have gone around New Mexico and systematically developed the website by using focus group methodology, really just asking parents and their adolescents what their concerns and questions are about the HPV vaccination. And the website, as we now have it, is a multimedia, multimodal, interactive website that provides information about HPV and its vaccination in an interesting way. And there we have the Go Healthy Girls homepage. And I just want to say that if any of you are interested in seeing the actual website itself, and I would encourage you to do that, then I'm going to give you contact information at the end of this PowerPoint, and I want you to contact me, and I will send you to a demonstration site. It's not the site exact site we're going to be having parents and adolescents look at, but I think it would be a good thing for you to see the demonstration site and go through it, so if you have any questions, hopefully the site will answer those as well. But let me just point out a couple of features to the site. In the upper right-hand corner here is a video by Dr. Cordova de Ortega, who's the chair of pediatrics at UNMH. We've heard from parents that they want medical authorities to speak to them about the HPV vaccine, and so that's what we have Loretta here doing in this video. So that's one of the things we will hope that parents will browse. Then down here in the lower left hand under the Get Answers section, there's a whole series of sections on really the concerns that parents have told us they have about the vaccination. What are the risks? How safe is the vaccine? Does it enable my daughter to become sexually active? All sorts of questions that they have that we answer. Who recommends the vaccine? Well, everybody from the American Medical Association to the Academy for Pediatrics to the Catholic Medical Association now strongly recommend this vaccination. So we have all of that information here under Get Answers. Another section primarily for parents is the Let's Talk section. There are a couple of demonstration videos about how moms and dads can talk to their daughters about getting the vaccine, and also some suggestions about how they can talk with their physician if they want to talk with the physician about that, or with other family members as well. So there's really sort of a how to communicate about the vaccination section here. We have a section especially for teens that we think they'll like, some games that they can play. We're encouraging parents and daughters to be recruited to the project. We need both. And there's a section here under Info for Teens that's specifically for them. And then under preteen vaccine, this is the section that users will go to when they're ready to get their daughters vaccinated. We have sort of a checklist of things they can look at for adolescent vaccination generally. There are other vaccines that we also need to pay attention to, but this one is the most critical one at the moment. And then also there's a section where they can, based on where they live, their zip code, they can identify clinics. We give them a Google map of clinics that are providing the vaccine at the moment. And also, if they want to sign up for a reminder system, so that we will send them a reminder once the second and third doses are due, we can send that to them via an email. So we have that information here under preteen vaccine, and so on and so forth. And then, of course, as always, we have a frequently asked questions section. Really, we've vetted this website. We've had experts in vaccinology and pediatrics review the content. It is absolutely accurate, and we're hoping that we can get parents on the project to look at the website and then make some more informed decisions about getting their daughters vaccinated. So that, in a nutshell, ladies and folks, is the Go Healthy Girls homepage and its various sections. But again, I'd love for you to be able to do a tour. Let me tell you what we've done so far with this website. We've tested it to make sure that it's easy to use and that it's navigable. We've gathered some preliminary data with about 60 parents on the impact of the website on parents' reactions. We've had very promising results. We've seen parents become better informed about the nature of the virus and the vaccine, and we think it has positive impacts on their attitudes towards the vaccine and the readiness to get their daughters vaccinated. And now we are ready to test the website with parents and their daughters across New Mexico and to do a full-on trial of it. So let's talk about that. We're asking for you all to collaborate with us on a randomized trial recruitment, and I'll tell you more about that. But our recruitment strategy is to use the internet to recruit. So we actually are not asking you to directly recruit the parents and the daughters. We're going to have you just send them to a recruitment page, and I'll show you that in a moment. We'd like participation from school-based health centers, of course. We're going to be in contact with community health agencies. And we're looking for a total of 550 parents and girls randomized to study arms. So let me just say that when parents and their daughters sign up for our project, they have a flip of the coin chance to either see Go Healthy Girls or they'll see a CDC, a Centers for Disease and Control and Prevention, pamphlet on the vaccination. And the reason we're doing it that way is that we want to see if this website provides any better information than what's out there generally at the moment, and whether it makes any difference in people's decisions to get their daughters vaccinated. I just want to say that if you were to participate and any of your families got randomized to the CDC side of the study, and after our study is done, and it'll be done in August, they still wanted to see Go Healthy Girls, we will have their contact information and we'll make sure that they get access to the site. And we're looking for the 550 parents to be proportional to the New Mexico Public Health regions. I have to tell you that there's already a lot of interest in schools here in Albuquerque, so it's really nice to see you folks from the other parts of the state on the webinar today. We really do want to make this a statewide project. We're anxious and know that it's important to get representation from all parts of the state. So I understand we have people from Raton here on the line and also from Lordsburg. Great. We really, and Ruidoso. So we really are excited to have you on today and participating. And we just had somebody else join us. Let me just go forward here. So this next slide is our online registration and consent. This is the actual page where parents will go to sign up for the project. It's again been tested repeatedly, and it will allow parents to go through a series of questions that will qualify them for the study. You don't have to be involved. No one in your organization has to be involved with this part. They just need to have access to this site. I do want to point out a couple of things. At the moment, the site is English only. We know that there's a need for a Spanish version of the site. We just didn't have the funds to do the Spanish version yet, but we will come back to that issue in upcoming projects. So if you'll just be patient with us. We do have some information for Spanish speakers, and if they say they would rather have it in Spanish, we send them to another set of pages, both on our site and then on the CDC website, that is in Spanish. But I do realize that many of you want a Spanish version of this, and I just want to say that that's coming, but we had to take this step first. I wish we'd had more funds in the grant to do everything, but we didn't. So this is an important step in any case. So here are the specific needs for participants. If I can get the slide to work. Here we go. We're looking for moms and dads too, and their daughters ages 11 to 13. And I just want to say that we know even for students and young people late in high school and early in college, the decision to vaccinate is still primarily a parental decision. So we've decided to focus on parents here. But we know their daughters are of importance as well. So We've made information for them on the website. They need to be New Mexico residents. The daughters have not yet had, they need to not yet have had the HPV vaccination to be qualified for the study. And then there are benefits, and for compensation of their time, we'll provide them a $20 Walmart gift card at the completion of a baseline questionnaire, which is the first thing they'll do at the beginning of the study. And then there'll be a 1-month assessment, again online, where they'll be notified by email to take the assessment online, another $20, and then a 4-month assessment. We'll send them a $40 Walmart gift card, so families can accrue up to a total of $80 for participating in the study in Walmart gift cards. For you folks, there's also, we need you. It's just very simple. We need the staff in the school-based health centers, in the public health clinics, in the pediatric clinics, and community agencies. We need you to help us advertise and recruit, that is, to send participants to our online enrollment page. And the benefits you get are a free Dell laptop to be used in the recruitment activities during the project, and yours to keep after the project. No questions asked. And if you don't believe me, then there they are, wow, sitting in my storage room, waiting to be given out. We've been sitting on these computers for about a year now, and we're anxious to get them out of New Mexico and get them used. So we're not kidding around here, folks. We have brand new, factory fresh Dell laptops waiting for you to use if you'll cooperate with us in the project. So here's our contact information. You can call me either in my office or on my cell. There's my email address, my colleague Randall Starling's email address, Jerome Romero's email address and his office number, and then Jessica Nodelman's email address as well. So there are some, there's the contact information for you. So what are your questions and your thoughts?
Hello, Melissa. And Sean. Hi, Sean.
Hi. Hi.
Hi, Sean.
Can you hear me?
Yes, yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. So this is Amanda Frost with HMS in Lordsburg. I have a couple questions.
Yes. Go ahead, Amanda.
We have a school-based health center in Lordsburg, and our physician's assistant is the one that was interested in this when we got the email. And so we were going to attend the webinar just to kind of see what it was about. And I'm a little curious as to how this would work in the school-based setting. Are you wanting us to have the physician's assistant talk to the student about the HPV vaccine, and like if they come in for an appointment, and then have them get on the computer to access the website from the school-based clinic, or do they need to do that from home, or how do you want that to work?
Well, strictly speaking, I'd say either. We're after both the students and their parents, and once they're signed up for the project, they can browse the website from home, as long as they have a home connection. That's fine. If they don't have a computer but they still want to participate, then we'd appreciate it if you would make the computer that we're going to give you available to them so they can come in and browse the website. But my suspicion is most...
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Is the ultimate goal to have them get the I'm sorry. Is the ultimate goal to get them to have the HPV vaccine from the school-based clinic?
I think the ultimate goal is for them to get the vaccination. If they can get it from your school-based clinic, that's great if they want to do that. If they'd rather see their physician or somebody in a public health clinic in Lordsburg, or really, I mean, this is something that we've just become a little more aware of. Even if they want to go to the local Walgreens and get vaccinated, they can do that. There are a variety of places that the vaccine is available.
Okay.
We have a question from Melissa Gephardt. She's not on audio at the moment. She's from Region 9.
Okay.
How many would you expect from our region? How many would you expect from our region? Good
question. I don't, we have some limits. I I would just basically say as many as you can recruit. I don't have those quotas for each of the public health regions right in front of me, and I'll just be very mercenary and blunt. We will want you to recruit for our project until we say we're done. And we're hoping to get a very quick recruitment on this project. So, I mean, if you want to email me, I can give you the quota for the whole, public health region, but we're not particular.
And Gill, I just have a follow-up question to Amanda's, because Amanda has a school-based health center and they have a Hidalgo Medical Services Clinic in
Right.
Lordsburg.
In Lordsburg, right.
So could either one of those function for you, or both of them?
Both of them, either or both, absolutely.
And another question, how soon would this begin?
As soon as we can get you the computer. The website is live as of today.
Jacqueline Riley has a comment. I would talk to my mid-school principal and send out info to all parents.
That's fine. And I think that, if as we go forward, we would be glad to come and visit with you and your community. We'll have to anyway, because we're going to want to bring you the laptop and bring you some materials, some flyers. So really, if you want to go ahead and talk with your school principal or whoever you feel you need to talk to, that would be great. But we'd be glad to come and talk with whoever you'd like us to as well. So, communication is a good thing. We'd be glad. We think that would be a good thing to do.
And Jackie, that's an interesting point. I hadn't thought of that, because their school-based health center's at the high school.
Right.
So
do they serve the local mid-school?
They do. Well, I'm not. I don't want to speak for you, Jackie, but I think the students can go, but I think it's a small percentage of the kids that would end up going there. So I don't know. Would that preclude them from being involved?
No, I think what I would say is this. As long as any one of you folks has contact with parents of the daughters in the right age range, 11 to 13, then we're interested in working with you. If you can help us recruit parents of young ladies that age, then you're in the ballgame. Whether you're at a high school or you're at a high school that serves a middle school, or you're so lucky to have a middle school SHBC, I know there's only a few of those. So any of those would work for us.
And Jacqueline did respond that yes, all grades.
Yes, perfect.
Another one from Melissa Gephardt. We have a satellite clinic at the middle school, and parents bring them to our clinic, which is very close to the middle school.
Perfect. That's exactly what we're looking for.
Oh, and she had another question. Is it enough to share the information with patients to take home to parents and then offer laptop access?
Sure. I think, yes, that's the baseline of what we'd be expecting. If they want to talk up the project, it's even better. But even just saying, we're here, this is a project that we've got available to you. We will provide all the flyers, all the printed material. We'll bring that to you. If you run out, we can either send you more, or we can send you the PDF and you can print that. So we can provide you all the information. So it's really just a matter of making the recruitment website available to parents and making sure that, if they're interested, they know how to get to it and they get recruited to the project. And then if they want to use the project laptop, then you make that available to them. Other questions, folks?
Gill's giving away computers.
I'm giving away Walmart cards and computers, folks. Again, I want to emphasize, if any of you have questions about the nature of the website, just glancing at the homepage only barely scratches the surface. So please do email me. I'll get right back to you And we'll give you a link and login instructions to our demonstration site so you can see that. I think you'll like what you see.
And this is John again. I'm just curious, I mean, do you guys think that $80 is it seems like a good incentive. What do you guys think dealing with the kids and the parents? Up to $80?
Yes.
I think for Washington or Van Buren, that would probably be a good amount that people would be interested in.
Great.
John?
Great.
At least to get their attention.
And I will tell you that it doesn't take all that long to browse the website, start to finish. It's what we would say is a wide but not particularly deep website, so that if you explore each of those sections that's represented on the home page, most of that can be done within an hour. So, you know, there's no, once parents register and enroll, they can log on to the website at their own time schedule. They can browse it at any point in time. But if they just decided to sit down and browse it start to finish, it would be about an hour to do it.
Is it in Spanish also?
No, I'm sorry. We wish it were, but we just didn't have the funds in the project to produce it in Spanish. That is coming, though.
Okay.
Is that Sean? There is some Spanish.
Yeah, we have a real good family center here, so I know I have a lot of Spanish-speaking parents I could probably access quickly, but they would need it in Spanish.
Yeah, well, we don't have that. If we do have on the registration page, if they want information about the vaccine, then it takes them to other pages outside Go Healthy Girls. And we're well aware, I have to tell you, we're well aware that there's a need for a Spanish version of the website in the state, obviously. But
Yeah.
we just did not have the funds to produce it in Spanish as well as English the first time out.
Yeah.
So we hear you. We'll come back to that.
Going back to your question, John, Melissa Gephardt does think that the amount is a fair and generous amount.
Good to hear.
Motivate most parents.
Thanks, Melissa. So, Gill, you said it's going to be running through August? Is
Yes.
that right? Okay.
Yes. The project will be finished in August. We'd like to recruit our sample basically this month, within this coming month period, so we can follow the families for about 4 months. So that's just enough time for us to do it. So this will be a very quick project. We're hoping for a lot of participation.
So when I was looking
Anyone
at
else have any questions?
This is Sean. When I was looking at the slides, it said a $20 gift card at baseline, $20 a month later, and then $40 in 9 months. So how does that work with the 4 month?
We've changed we've changed the follow-up period from 9 to 4. So the current information is 4, not 9.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Sure. We'll have to. Thank you for catching that. We'll have to edit that.
Okay.
Who's ready to sign up?
Did hear from Melissa. She said she's going to check with her staff
Okay.
and get back to you today or tomorrow.
Okay. And again, I mean, and Gil, correct me if I'm wrong, I think your responsibility at the sites is to have that computer available, to pass the stuff out, no particular quotas. It's just, to do your best, what you guys are doing every day.
That's right.
Get the information out and to get people onto the website if possible, or where they would go home. So
That's right. That's it. So it's important. I don't think well, I won't say how difficult it is, but it's important. It's important, and we're here to not just to shove this off onto you, but to collaborate with you so that any point in time, if anyone has any questions of any type, they should contact one of our people, or me probably most directly, but any of our other staff, any of the 5 of us that are on the contact list.
And do we want to go back to that slide that has all your email addresses?
Yes, let's go back to that.
And Chambly just stated that she's interested.
Yeah.
Oh,
So, again, both Randall and I are primary contacts, but Jerome is an important guy. Jerome actually does other work with schools around the state. Some of you may know him. He's the state coordinator for fetal alcohol syndrome prevention, and he knows many people in many places in the state. So he's another good contact person. And then if there are issues that are best handled by a woman, then Jessica is our female staff member on the project. She's the one that has conducted all the focus groups with the young ladies. So, but please, call us, email us. We'd like to talk with you. We'd like to come out and see you. We'll be ready in the next few weeks to deliver the materials and the computers to you.
And of course, we're
This is Amanda with
Envision.
HMS.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, this is Amanda with HMS. I think there's some interest within our agency, but I would need to bring it back to like our QI committee to make sure that we're okay to do this before we move forward. So I will let you guys know.
Great. Again, any questions that come out of meetings like that, I stand ready to answer them as best I can.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Amanda. Yeah, and if you guys have any other questions, either McCain or myself, you can get a hold of us also if for some reason. Gill's usually pretty available. So.
Yes. Again, I just want to thank everybody for their time and for their thought. If you have any suggestions or questions, please do contact me, and we'll look forward to hearing from you.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
And Gill, will you send everybody the link to the website that they can?
Yes, if you will respond by just send me your emails to my email right there, gwoodall@unm.edu. I will send you a link and login instructions for the demo website, and then you all can see what we're really up to. I'm very proud of this project, so hope you'll like what you see. I think you will.
It's exciting.
Oh, and real quick, Jacqueline Riley says she'll talk to her primary care provider.
Wonderful.
Check and get back to you.
Wonderful. Look forward to hearing from all of you folks.
Thanks, Jack.
All right.